would do that with an online an online leadership score convention. I would just have my team of, let's say I have 12 people. Okay. What's going to happen is we'll watch the leadership score of the convention, and then we'll have a meeting after the meeting at a specified date that we all get on a Zoom call, and, keep it, an hour to, that way they know that there's some follow-up. Okay. They're supposed to be in attendance at the meeting after the meeting if they're part of the team. And the thing is, they know they probably need to pay attention to what's going on during the day, while they're watching it, because, that in order for them to participate. But, again, making sure that they have a strong why doing the business. The second thing is making sure that they are participating as part of a team. Okay. And they are a member of the team. Okay. Those are two things you can do to help, keep the momentum going with the individual. Staying plugged in and obtaining knowledge. Remember, the meetings, trainings, seminars, conventions, leadership schools, the sole purpose is to equip each individual with the knowledge, okay, enough knowledge to where they can prospect, qualify, and sponsor, as well as sell product and introduce new products to people. That's really the result part of the meetings, trainings, and seminars.
All right. Okay, so the third question, new business partner will be misleading the focus point. They will focus on recruiting and not willing to join GEMSS. They want to work on their own methods. How should we advise them and bring them back to the right track?
Well, kind of like what I just said. Okay, they need to be part of a team. Now, if you can't, this is a volunteer your business. You can't make them. In other words, I can't say if you don't do it my way, if you don't do it the company's way, if you don't do it the way that I know you will be successful. Okay, if you're consistent. Okay, and you can and be persistent in doing the activities. Now, if they want to go off and do whatever they want to do and don't want to be a part of the team, okay, because it's a volunteer business, you can't fire them. Okay, it's not like if you don't, all you can say is, well, if you want to do it your way, do it your way, but we're going to go look for new people, okay, that are going to do it, the correct way and not reinvent the wheel. Now, as far as focusing on recruiting, okay, how far has it gotten us? I mean, that's what everybody just recruiting, not selling product, not creating a customer base, not, creating repeat customers. Just signing people up, whether they wanted to, they're really looking to do anything, a business or not. We just sign them up for the sake of signing them up. Hasn't really worked all that well. Okay. I'm not going to get into details, but Jasmine, as well as I do, then from a number standpoint, as far as generating income, generating PIN levels, has not worked. Okay. The key, what is really working is the people that are duplicating and getting people in their team organization to duplicate the 90-day fast track, which helps them qualify and requalify as a true master and franchise owner every quarter. By duplicating that's what's working. Okay. I mean, it is working tremendously in Taiwan. Okay. We've got, you've got the 90-day fast tracks done, with Charlie Shen and myself, but at the same time, over the course of 2 years, leaders have spun off. So they have they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 groups or teams doing 90-day fast tracks of members that participated in the original corporate 90-day fast tracks. Then they spun off and they did exactly what they're getting it duplicated, in their team. Now, people that have participated before, when they sponsor new people, they recommend that they go in and they go to do the very first round of the 90-day fast track with corporate. So it's all about, getting the right, we got to get people to duplicate being a product of the product. We have to get them duplicated to selling product and building a repeat customer base, okay? With a handful, 5, 6 people that buy every month multiple products, okay, by doing one-to-one marketing with them, expanding the share of the product that customer buys. The next thing we do is we got to prospect quality. And sponsor, not recruit and sign people up. Prospect, qualify, and sponsor to see if they're right fit. And the third is they got to plug into the meeting, training, seminar system in order to secure, obtain the knowledge necessary to enhance their prospecting skills, to expand their business partners, as well as enhance their product selling skills and the product knowledge. So, that's really how it works. Okay. Now, again, you can't make a person do what they don't want to do. Okay. You don't have any financial leverage. Okay. You just can move on and find somebody that's going to do it, the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's question 3.
Thank you, Kerry. Okay, the last question is no visibility on the growth of partner store in East Malaysia. Do you have any comments about it?
Yeah. Oh, in East Malaysia, no, I don't have any as far as East Malaysia. Okay. I don't have any comment on that because I don't really oversee that. I can look into it. Of course, you can as well. I'm sure there's some reasons, but I would have to talk to the head of our affiliate program, our partner store program, to find out what the challenge is, which I will do. Okay, I'll find out what are the challenges, some of the challenges that they are having with respect to onboarding new partner stores in East Malaysia. I will tell you this, and let me just share this with everybody. We have some fundamental challenges with partner stores in Malaysia. Number one, from a technology standpoint, those partner store sites have sometimes, not all of them, but some of them have difficulty communicating with our site. It's a technology issue. They probably didn't have satisfy the technical specifications to be onboarded normally, but because of the pressure to grow our partner store program, we kind of relaxed the requirements, hoping that they can get things worked out. We can get things worked out from a technology standpoint, so the orders aren't missed, the IBV isn't missed, the shop points aren't missed. But a lot of times what happens is when you go to a lot of these partner stores in Malaysia, and you're there for sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, whatever, your session can time out and everything is lost. It appears to be there, it looks to be there, but it's lost with respect to subsequently transferring that data back to us. Okay, so I'm highly recommending that everybody document when you place an order with a partner store, document the date, the time, how much and what the order was for. That way, if there's an issue or whatever, like anything like that, we can look to address it. Okay, validate it, verify it that it happened, and then take corrective action. All right. Now, as far as growth in East Malaysia, I'd have to talk to the head of the partner store in Malaysia.
Okay, that's all for the 4 questions. Okay, before tonight's, right, we do receive some good feedbacks and also some may not that good feedback about this 90 days program.
Yeah.
So yeah, before we get the leaders to share their feedbacks, right? So actually most of the feedback we receive from the rooms here, I mean from the leaders from this room here, initially when we starting on these 90 days programs, actually the leaders really feel excited, and they really feel that, oh, so good that we can have a chance to get a calling together with Kevin, you know. But slowly when go into week by week, you know, some of the members, I mean the team members, they get to like a little bit lost, you know, and they start to like when they submit the report, they may put 0, and sometimes they will like, I don't want to submit the report anymore, you know. So do you have any words for the leaders, and also some words for the team member in this room? Yeah.
Number one, I told everybody in the very beginning at our first overview, the hardest part about this is staying with the activities, okay, for 12 weeks. That's the hard part. The activities themselves, it's for the most part, everything can be related back to what? Conversation. For the most part, it's just having conversations, enough conversations to execute those activities. Okay. It can all be coming back to the origin or the initial, the real active action that's being taken place is a conversation with someone. Okay. I don't care what it is. So the actual work is not that big of a deal. Okay. Now the administration reporting on what you did or did not do becomes work. Okay, that because it's reporting, but that's just something that, you know, has to be done. Now we have worked diligently on making this report, okay, in the future even easier and more efficient, more effective, you know, being able to put numbers down. In other words, if you didn't add 10 names this week and only added 6, you can put 6. In other words, we're going to make it so you can put numbers in. So, you know, I called this many people, or I didn't do 2 this week, but I did do 1. You with me? So you'll be able to put numbers. So we're going to make it so we're making changes to the report to make it better. But that's part of you participating in this 90-day fast track, identifying the things that we need to take a look at, revise to make it better. Okay. So, you know, I thank everybody for participating and bringing many things up and we're getting ready, probably going to be launching it very soon. But the thing is a lot of people, you know, don't want to report when they haven't done anything. They don't have anything to report. I mean, let's be honest. Okay. Let's be honest. I mean, you know, I don't like reporting when I don't, you know, on something I was supposed to do, but I didn't do. Okay. Then when I make it out about these reporting every week. It's just much work. It's busy work. It's too much work, you know, and I start to make it about the report versus in reality, I didn't get anything done. Okay. Now, if I showed the plan to 3 people this week, sponsored 1, okay, that had been on a trial run for 3 weeks, and I sold 3 new products to 3 new customers, and I got 2 of my old customers to buy, or repeat customers to buy 2 new products. Let me tell you what, who everybody wants to report that. You can't wait to do your report. Okay. And I mean, we just have to be honest with ourselves. Okay. Let's be honest. It's okay. Be honest with yourself. Okay. The thing is I've made mistakes in building my business. There are weeks that I did a lot. There are weeks I didn't do anything. I'm no different than anybody else, but you need to own the success, and you need to own the failures. Okay. You have to own them. Okay. That's a part of being a leader. All right. You need to own your actions and your results. Okay. Don't try to make it into something that it's not, just to make it so your guilt gets relieved, or your, you know, you feel better about yourself. Okay. So the thing is what we'll do is, you know, we'll make it so that you can report a number, you know, most all of them you're going to be able to report numbers on, rather than just put a yes or a no. So that'll make it a little bit easier. But again, like I said, the hardest part is just staying with something. I mean, how many people in here ever, it's very simple. How many people in here ever went on a diet? to get healthier? We all have. How many of us quit that diet within the first week or second week? We all have. Okay. How many of us have made a commitment that, we were going to go to the gym 3 times a week, work out at home, whether it be watching, exercise video. And we said, we're going to do that. How many of us ever did that? We all did. And how many of us quit doing that? We all have. See, the hard part is, the reason we do this for 90 days, the reason we do this for 12 or 13 weeks, okay, is because we know from a behavioral standpoint, psychological standpoint, we know that if somebody can do something, make a consistent change to what they're doing every day, every week, for 12 weeks, they know that what happens is that becomes a habit. So if you cut out sugar, okay, in your diet for 13 weeks and don't have any sugar in your diet, okay, and you detox from sugar, okay, when you get to about 13 weeks, 12 to 13 weeks, you don't have the craving for sugar anymore. You don't have the desire for sugar because you got it out. And now it's a habit not, to eat without sugar or salt. Okay. But the thing is, or going to the gym and working out. I can always tell if I can make it 6 days a week for 12 weeks to the gym, I know I automatically go to the gym every single day, never even think about it. And the reason is because after 12 weeks of consistently doing it, okay, not only do I get into a rhythm or a habit, but I also see the results. And the results, reinforce that behavior along with the fact that I've made it a habit, okay? This business is no different. I always talk about what we need to do is I can tell when I'm in the rhythm, when I'm prospecting and qualifying, and when I'm introducing product, using trial size marketing, then following up, trying to get people to buy product for the first time, and then following up to get them to repeat buy. I can always, when I can get into the rhythm, you see, once I get into a rhythm where I did it 3 times this week, then 3 times next week, and 5 times next week. Once I get into a rhythm, pretty soon, I don't think about it as work. I don't think about it as something, as a designed objective. Because what I want to do is what I want to get duplicated is that people are doing it without thinking about it. Okay.
Yeah, good. Okay, so I would like to invite some of them to share
I
their
want to explain something too.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. How many of you, okay, and I already know that, how many of you truly believe that your thoughts create actions? Your thoughts create actions, and your thoughts create your future. How many people really believe that? Well, I should say, who doesn't believe that your thoughts have no impact on creating your future? What's going to happen to you tomorrow, the next day, next week, next month? Who doesn't believe that your thoughts play any role, okay, in creating your future? Anybody? Okay, let me see you show anybody. Just put it up on the chat saying, I don't believe my thoughts play any role in creating what happens to me in the future. So two people on the call, they don't believe their thoughts have anything to do with creating their future. Well, your thoughts create action, and whatever you think about, you act on, right? Okay. But see, I would venture to say none of us. Let me ask you this. How many of you woke up this morning and created your future? how many of us woke up this morning and thought about created and had creative thoughts with respect to dictating your future? Okay. For the most part, not probably next to none of us. None of us consciously got up and this morning consciously and said, okay, I'm going to create my future, and these are the things that I'm going to think about. Am I right? None of us did, not really. Okay. So the point is down deep, the real reason we don't do that is because we don't really believe. Okay. So the reason I share this with you is people really don't take the time to really create thoughts, okay, and think about what they're going to do today, tomorrow, okay, with respect to, creating the future. Okay, so what we have to do is we know with respect to the aspect of this business, 20% of our activities generate 80% of our results. Okay, we do know that. And part of a critical factor of being successful in any endeavor, including this business, you need to identify those 20% of the activities that do create 80% of the results. And that's what we did. Okay. We identified the 20% of the activities that all successful unfranchised owners did consistently, okay, over a period of time, okay, and implemented and executed. So what did we do? We basically made it so you didn't have to get up and think. You didn't have to say, okay, to create my future success in Market Malaysia, I need to do these things. I need to think this way. I need to plug into this, do this. That's what these 9 weekly activities are all about. It's so that you don't have to get up. In other words, the plan has already been provided. The actions have already been provided. The activities have already been provided. Okay? Because we know people don't wake up first thing in the morning and say, okay, I'm going to create my future today and tomorrow. With me. So I just give you, they're there. Those are the activities. All right. Okay, you got a question?
No, I don't have the questions. But then I would like to get some of them to share their feedbacks. Maybe we can start from Wen Yan. Wen Yan, are you there?
Oh yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Oh hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. Hi, I'm Wen Yan. So yeah, so I'm glad that I'm joining this program. So I just have some feedback from my partner and myself, because this is my first time, and like we know that the weekly accountability is there, but like Kevin Bachman just mentioned, if let's say today is 0, then no one want to willing to fill it out. So we also taking some time to get used to all the activities, but at the first time we really like follow the actions that is sharing by Kevin Bachman. And then so we very thankful that it's like is giving a babysitting from Kevin Bachman. And then there's one point that everyone take home is like in this training we not only like training for ourselves, at the same time we train ourselves as a leader. So we also keep reminding ourselves, saying that we have a great product and tools, all that we need to be action, but it's also that you really have your why to bring you overcome all these. And I feel like after that, it's not because I'm not taking part of myself also, like my partner also. So I feel like there's so much easier to talk to them because we all taking part together, and then we get the same thing, get the right thing. So in the future, they also finding a partner for them, for their organization. So I'm also that it's also good for them that they are now be a leader, and then like building their own team. Yeah, so during this first time, we really like very thankful, but it's not very good result, I would say, but we getting there. Yes. And then we get like forcing ourselves to fill out the weekly accountability, even though we didn't do really much, but it's also a reminding for ourselves, saying that, oh, we need to do something. If not, like it's not growing. we will be staying there. Yeah, really thankful for Kevin Bachman. Yes, this is all my feedback. Yeah.
Well, I thank you for being honest, okay? And like I said earlier, one of the first steps of becoming a leader is you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to own what you did or did not do. Now, like I said, one of the key things, even if you have a 0 or a no or a 0 or a no or a no, the key for a leader is to make sure that they record the zeros, the no's, and submit them to set the example to their team, so that, you know what, part of being a leader, part of being successful in this business is to own the results. You got to step up and own the results. And by submitting consistently the report, regardless of what the report has on it, is an activity of demonstrating discipline. Does everybody follow this? So submitting the report itself is a positive action. Okay. So when you have nothing maybe positive to report, so at least submitting the report is positive. So you with me? I know that sounds simple, but it's big. It's big, you know, because if you can own the result and own the action or non-action, okay, you're identifying what do I need to improve on. It identifies where the holes are. It identifies what we have to get better at. Okay. Now, in the first 90 days that you participate in, like for you in this program, okay, for all people, it's trying to get the hang of it, getting used to the activities and what is it? It's really time management, isn't it? Trying to find the time to do those things and not let life get in the way. Okay. I always tell people, you know, for like college, you know, if you ever go to college, all right, what you'll find is the first semester, first year in college, it's all about trying to do time management. How do I get this done, get my studies done, study for my test, take my exam? Because you've really never had to manage your time when you were in high school and junior high school, because your parents pretty much told you what to do, when to do it, when to do your homework. And I mean, you had to fit it in because your family did. But when you go to college and you're on your own, okay, now all of a sudden you're the boss. You know, you're the boss for the first time of yourself. But now you own the results. So if you don't get up and go to class, if you don't do the work, if you don't study, okay, you're going to end up owning the results. Okay, your parents aren't there. Your parents aren't there to look at, tell you what to do, whatever. I know you get caught up celebrating your freedom and having a good time and partying with your friends and staying out beyond, you know, what you were normally allowed to. I get it. But in the end, it all comes back. You realize that if I'm going to finish this, if I'm going to be successful and I'm going to get my degree or my certificate, whatever I have, okay, I have to take responsibility for my actions. Okay. So in the very first 90 days, it's okay. You know, you're trying to get a hang of it. Well, first of all, these are the activities. Wow. How do I, you know, learn to factor them in time-wise? See, up until now, okay, one of the things I tell people is the vast majority of people, until they start doing a 90-day fast track with their senior partners or plugging into what Jasmine and we're doing here, okay, for the most part, it's just been a spare time business for those people. Spare time, not a part-time business with structured hours, times, and things that you're going to do. It was just a spare time. If you know, if I felt like sharing a product with somebody, I might do it in my spare time. If something came up with somebody in a conversation at a party or something about not making enough money at their job, okay, I might bring it up if I feel like it. I might not, you know, as far as the unfranchised. See, that's a spare time business. In other words, you don't go out and make it happen. You just, if it comes and drops in your lap, then maybe you might do something. Okay. So for the most part, people that haven't participated in a 90-day fast track aren't participating in a 90-day fast track. Okay, what I find is it's only been a spare time business to them. Okay, and that's not business, that's a hobby. Okay, that's a hobby, that's not a business. Okay, entrepreneurs and people that own a business, they go out and they designate a specified amount of time that they're going to work quality time into building and implementing the result producing activities. Now, so many people, they participate over and over and over again. Okay, and I know the reason they participate over and over again is because they're trying to get themselves to duplicate what they need to do. They're trying to find that scheduling. Okay, but that's the reason I make everybody still got to have 2 people do it with you, because I want to make sure that they're getting the same message. Okay, so that the 3 of you can create the same environment for each other. Okay, all right, but no, very good comment, because I would say that applies to 90% of the people that do this for the first time. It does.
Yeah.
And I know it does. Okay, that's why I always tell people the very first meeting we had, the hardest thing about this entire program is finding the time to work it into doing every week and then staying with it for 12 weeks. It's the hardest part. It's not the activities themselves, because all I have to do is talk to a lot of people and I will implement all the activities. Okay.
True. True. Thank you, Wen Yan. Thank you, Kevin. And next one, I would like to get Alicia.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, Alicia.
Yeah. Hi, Kevin. So, hi everyone. Good evening. I'm Alicia from Penang. From the beginning, it's always hard because me and my partner also first time joining this 90 days fast track program. So from the beginning, we really need to commit. But from the beginning, it's very hard. But from now, we already become our habit in this weekly accountability. Because from the weekly accountability report, inside got personal sales, team sales, attend the GMTFS, have to add in the potential name list and so on. So actually every week we keep reminding ourselves, and also we motivate each other through my team. So have you registered a new PC? Have you do retailing this week? So the momentum is there. From beginning, from the first week until 12 weeks, the environment is keep on improving. This is what I get the feedback from my team. And I'm most happy is last week, my team member also success to close and recruit the new UFO. I follow the 90 days fast track program. And coming 26 August, me and my team also will attend the Market America Convention. And at the same time, we also duplicate to our team. Even though the inactive UFO, we also keep telling them duplicate the selling ticket, Market Malaysia Leadership Convention on October. Keep on, never stop learning and keep going. Yeah, this is what I get and gain from the 90 days fast track program. So last but not least, I would like to thank again Kevin Bachman for all the guidance, like babysit us from day 1 until now, and Market Malaysia team for the arrangement. It's not easy to gather everyone to learn from each other. It's a very good program. So I hope this program will ongoing so that my future UFO can join in this program. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for the comments. But I think it's truth. It's what we find when we do as leaders. A lot of times we come into this. Some of us have had experience. We've maybe been into the business, registered the business 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Then all of a sudden, when we started this 2 years ago, every quarter, this 90-day fast track, and got people to plug in, it started to bring some formal structure to really you know, what you hear in Basic 5, what you hear in an NUOT, what you hear in a seminar or a convention. It actually brings structure, okay, on a daily, weekly basis that, you know, you can implement with your team, okay? Now with that, that structure requires discipline, okay? And you know, that discipline is, you know, and the requirement of discipline and accountability isn't always received well, because people, you know, now they have, you know, when they say that they agree to be part of the team, now they have responsibilities as a team member. So a lot of times they think, I don't know if I really like that, okay? But what it does do for the leader that's trying to build the business and expand it and get, you know, productive partners, it identifies what's being done and what's not being done. Okay, I think that becomes very, very clear. You know, I always chuckle and I laugh. You know, I'll have an unfranchised owner come to me, and let's say they hit senior master coordinator. Okay, and they might have one master coordinator in their organization. And it's funny, you know, the rest of the team, okay, I'm not even going to say team, but the rest of the organization, they're all saying, oh, well, it's working for Alicia and it's working for Wen Yan. Okay, you know, they hit senior master coordinator, they hit master coordinator, but all the rest of us, we're down here. We only, you know, we may have hit coordinator, but the majority of us haven't even hit coordinator. Okay, and it's working for them, but it doesn't work for us. And you know, without the 90-day fast track, Alicia and Wen Yan would say, well, you know, maybe it's that the business isn't, you know, it's not based on what all these people can really do. Okay. But then once they participate in a 90-day fast track and they get a lot of those people to participate with them, what becomes very apparent to Wen Yan and Alicia is they're succeeding. They become senior master coordinators. They became a master coordinator. They're succeeding in the business because they're prospecting, qualifying, and sponsoring new people. They are selling product. They are creating a customer base, a repeat customer base. Maybe they only have 3 solid repeat customers each right now as a master coordinator, a senior master coordinator, but they have customers that could turn into repeat customers. They're following up with them. They're prospecting, they're qualifying, they're sponsoring. So really what it comes down to is without the 90-day fast track, Wen Yan and Alicia might say, you know, my team's they're not succeeding. So, you know, it must not work. Okay. But once they have the 90-day fast track and they know who's doing what and who's not doing what, okay, they realize the reason they're succeeding, and that's the reason I always laugh, the business works if you work it. Let me just say this again. The business, the unfranchised business, it will work if we work it. And we can get a couple business partners to work it with us. It works. And then help them get a couple business partners that will work it. Not just a couple business partners in, you know, plugged, you know, registered, but I mean, help them find some business partners that will work it with them. Okay. That's when the business works, because you know that the business is about what? Duplicating 7 strong. That's a goal. That's an objective. Getting 3 on the left, 3 on the right to work the business with us. Work towards achieving master UFO each quarter. Okay. So the key here is that's one thing the 90-day fast track does provide a leader. It provides the leader with data to basically identify where their team's weaknesses are, where their team's strengths are, and where each individual team member's weaknesses and strengths are. Okay, so this is just another byproduct of why you want to duplicate and have these 90-day fast tracks going on in your organization. All right, next.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, next we have Sher Ai.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi,
Sher
Jasmine.
Ai.
Can you hear me nice and clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Hello, Kevin. I would like to say thank you the first day because it's an opportunity to just speak right to you right here. And I would love to agree with Wen Yan and Alicia that we are very lucky to be babysitted by you. I mean, who gets such a good nanny, right? Like, yeah. So my experience, this is my second 90 days, right? My second 90 days. The first 90 days, me and the other team, I'm under Desmond Tan's team. So there is a number of us who came, and I saw there were many people who were fired up by your 90 days. So, but it wasn't me, right? Because I was a procrastinator and I like fun stuff, not routine stuff. However, the 90 days was like acting like a pole. It draws me back whenever I, just came back from a whirlwind. And actually do this. I'm not sure how many of you still like to write papers, right? I actually do 1 week, one paper where I need to have all the weekly accountabilities done. So I have like, hey, high five. So we have like check marks and stuff. So my first 2 weeks is like, wow, full checks. But until week number like 6, 7, it's starting to get empty. So towards the end of the 90 days, we get a little demotivated, but I told myself, hey, I think I want to do this again. And I have a few of my team members who wants to do this again too. So, okay, let's do it again. So in my second 90 days, I realized that I have procrastination habits too, but I try to keep going on. So I do eat eggs. I'm not sure if you understand. I do have eggs, like, zeros along the way. However, when I look back at the results comparing to my first 90 days, I have more achievement this round. I have more BVs generating every month. I have more PCs being registered. I can sponsor new UFO, and in fact, 2. So then I look back again, what I did and what I did not do. I think that this 90 days is like the effort, the habit building. I may use 180 days, right? Other people use 90 days. It builds up, right? The efforts, the things that we're doing a little bit, it builds up, just like our BV. Right? It builds up a little bit by a little bit. So it doesn't matter. I took 180 days to have this habit, but it's still okay. Still okay. So I'm really thankful, Kevin, for doing this for us, and only not Malaysia. I think you've been running through every country doing the same thing for a gazillion times. So heartfelt thank you. Sorry?
Every quarter I do 6 different, every quarter I do 1 in every country.
So you do like 24 90-day session in a year. Okay, thank you so much on behalf of Desmond Tan's team. I really appreciate your effort.
I do 24 90-day sessions in a quarter. Okay.
Yeah, see how many times.
So that's 6. Do you think about that? That's 6. Okay. So there's 48. Okay, so for 6 times 4, it multiplies. Now I'm going to tell you something. Okay, and see, everybody's hitting on some things that you need to learn, and you will learn out of doing this that have nothing to do with the 9 activities. You're learning a lot about organizational dynamics. You're learning about yourself. It's about getting yourself to overcome bad habits. We all procrastinate. Human beings, it's part of it. I do it, okay? But the point is by looking at what you did and what you didn't do and taking a look at your results, I think what you found is something that I found in the first year that I did it. I was amazed. When I looked at the team, so for example, we have 236 participants, okay? 240, 50 participants in the 90-day fast track in Malaysia, okay? Now watch this. When I take a look and see, I just look at these 236 as my iron triangle team. It's a big one, but I look at what they did and what they didn't do. And every quarter, at the end of every 90-day fast track in every market, when I look to see how much activity really wasn't done, and then I take a look at the end results, how many new people we brought into the business, how many new registered preferred customers, what was the weekly average new BV, okay, that was pumped into the compensation plan. When I take a look about all the numbers, all the no's, all the zeros, all the ones and two, when I take a look at that and then compare it to the amount of results we actually got for very little production, I'm amazed. And I think that's something that she just hit on. It's amazing, you know, how little she really got done, but with what she did get done, it was amazing what she actually got, achievement. Imagine if she did it 30% of the time. Imagine if our team did 50% of all the activities every week. I mean, the numbers would be crazy because the numbers are low for people actually based on what they really do. But a lot of times it takes time to, you know, like an airplane, it takes a lot of fuel to get that airplane off the ground and up to cruising altitude. And then it takes very little fuel to keep it afloat, keep it flying and moving fast. Okay. Most of it is burn up. All the effort and energy is just to get it started. It's just to get it up off the ground. And I think that's really what she was describing in her first 90 days. And this goes for most everybody too, by the way. First 90 days takes, you know, again, what are we doing? Time management, trying to figure out how we're going to do first and getting used to what we have to do because we've never experienced exactly what we have to do in a very strategic, you know, logistical format. Okay. Almost like an engineer. That takes that first 90 days to get that figured out. Then the second 90 days is actually figure out how we're going to implement it, okay, and execute it every week. And then all of a sudden, what happens is all of a sudden that you start to, you're getting the airplane off, okay? And then that's where, and normally it's about the third and the fourth 90 days, okay, where you really start getting a feel like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do it. I just got to get into a rhythm of doing it. And then what happens is the work sets in because we've got to duplicate it with our people. Because if we can get them to duplicate it, that's when all of a sudden the jet is cruising fast. Okay. Why? Because we're getting exponential results for a few people's efforts.
Very true. Thank you, Kevin.
That's good. Thank you, Sai. Yeah. Okay, so we have few more minutes. Is there anyone in the room who would like to share? Just unmute yourself. Anyone?
I've seen a comment come up, you know, we need more English, okay? We need more English trainings, more English. Let me just make it clear to everybody, okay? All right. If you are a certified executive coordinator, I don't know why everybody's getting hung up on this. If you're a certified executive coordinator, you can conduct a Basic 5 training. You don't have to look to the GMTSS. Okay, a GMTSS, the Basic 5, the only thing that is on there, okay, is if somebody's charging to conduct that training. But if you're an executive coordinator, okay, and you've been through certified executive coordinator class, okay, you got your, you know, attended it, you are authorized to conduct a Basic 5 training. You can conduct an NUOT, okay, with your team members. I want everybody to know that, whether it be English, Malay, Chinese, in Mandarin, okay, you can do that. Now, in order, and you can issue the certificate for the Basic 5 as well. The only thing you have to do to get credit for on this is the NUOT has to be corporate. But the Basic 5 can be conducted by a certified executive coordinator, okay? And then you can issue the certificate, sign that you did it, and then they have a NUOT date, they have a Basic 5 certificate, and that gets them into the ECCT when the time comes, okay? But you don't, there's no required where you have to take it from a certified trainer. Okay. And the basic 5 slides and everything you need, they're available in your back office. Okay, I want to make sure everybody understands that. So what does that do?
That, can I ask, do you mean that we can conduct in our team for the basic 5 training without going through the MTSS?
Yeah, as long as you don't charge. You can't charge them though.
Oh, okay.
Does everybody understand that? Listen, to charge for a basic 5, you can put the the basic 5, submit it for a basic 5 training online if you're a Speakers Bureau member, and you can charge to conduct the basic 5. But if I want to conduct a basic 5 training for Jasmine, Alicia, Sengyang, you know, I can do that myself if I'm a certified executive coordinator. Not required. You're not required. Okay. And I can print out a certificate and sign it and send it to you, or scan it and send it to you if we can't meet. Now, the NUOT, to get credit and certified for it, has to be done by corporately sponsored and scheduled. So, and then you have to take a ECCT from a certified trainer. You can't conduct the ECCT, but the certified executive coordinator can conduct a basic 5. And you should be doing those with your team, you know, periodically. Now, let's go to, you know, English, Malay, and Mandarin. Okay. Now, in the GMTSS events in which you can send your people to plug into, they're there. They're gonna, you know, they charge for them. Okay. But the key here is the more English-speaking unfranchised owners we get, the more English-speaking trainings we will have. The more Malay that we sponsor into the business, the more Malay trainings that we will have in meetings. Okay. People, it tickles me. People will say, well, you know, seems like there's a lot of Mandarin trainings and meetings, but not as many English or Malay. Well, that's because there's more Mandarin speaking unfranchised owners. But the more we get of one, the more will become available because the demand will be there. Okay. So it's all basic economics, supply and demand. If the demand is there, we will create this, you know, the supply will be created. And if there's not a demand, of course, the supply will be what? Decreased. I mean, it's always, that's how it works. You know. Okay. Any other questions?
All right.
Comment.
Anyone else?
All right. Now.
When is the next 90 days?
Oh gosh, I knew that was coming.
I told you I'm lifetime member here, so you tell me.
Paige. Yeah. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, now I'm gonna get to share my thoughts. Okay, this is the last webinar. I got to share my thoughts. I haven't made up 100% a decision yet. Jasmine, she's cringing, I know right now. But here's the thing. I was thinking about taking the next quarter. Take the next quarter off. That doesn't mean you can still do a 90-day fast track yourself with some team members and trying it yourself. Okay. And then I would pick up the next one starting first quarter of 2022. Okay. Couple reasons. One, I have some projects. One of the things I'm doing is we're working on small videos to explain different network marketing compensation plans, comparing them to ours. I'm working on a small video with respect to what is direct sales, network marketing, what to look for, what to avoid, okay, what is illegal, to help educate, the masses. I'm looking to proceduralize the 90-day fast track so that you all will be able to, once you experience it once or twice or 3 times or lifetime, which I appreciate very much. I love that. Then what will happen is we will also have it in writing, in a procedure, exactly what to do, how to do it, so I want to help make it, help unfranchised owners duplicate it on their own. So I have a lot of these projects that take up a lot of time because I have to write, I got to think, but it seems like I'm always in the mode of getting ready for the next webinar, for the next meeting with the 6 90-day fast tracks I'm working. So I was thinking about taking a quarter off. Now, one of the things I would do if we took a quarter off, or at least I took the quarter off, I would agree to meet and core with unfranchised owners that are running 90-day fast tracks on their own. Okay, I would agree to meet with their teams and for an hour during every other week or something like that to core with them. In other words, talk about challenges they may be having, things that questions they might be having, helping them get through whatever is in their way. But here's the big force that's making me kind of not want to wait and not do it for a quarter. As was brought up on this call, we all have a tendency to procrastinate. We all have a tendency, we can maybe backslide into bad habits. Am I right? And so my biggest fear is if I don't continue just doing every quarter, I'm afraid that it'll be hard to get started back again. You with me? In other words, as soon as you quit a diet, you say, oh, okay, I'm on a diet. I did really good. I was doing it. I did it for 6 months, 9 months. I'm going to eat some cake and some pie and some ice cream, and it won't hurt. It'd be just this. I'm going to reward myself for the week. Okay. A lot of times that week turns into 2 weeks, then it turns into 4 weeks, then it turns into 6 weeks. So I'm fearful of that. Okay. I don't dream. Okay. I don't dream, but every now and then I'll have a nightmare. And the only nightmare that I've ever startled and woke up from was the nightmare was I used to smoke cigarettes, and I quit smoking about 10 years ago. And the only time I've had 2 nightmares where I've woke up out of the middle and just startled, sat up in bed. And what it was is the nightmare was I had taken a puff of a cigarette. And I was so afraid that I was going to slide back into smoking again that it was, I had to sweat. I was scared to death, nightmare, because that's a big fear. I never want to smoke a cigarette again. So the point is I'm getting at is, it's once you get into the rhythm of doing something and a habit, you become very fearful of not doing it. So right now I want to take a break for a quarter, but on the other hand, I'm scared to death to take a break. So very soon, Jasmine will announce what we're going to do, what the plan will do. Okay, whether I'm going to end up coring with people that are going to do the 90-day fast track on their own with their group. And then of course, they'll be able to enroll at the first quarter of 2022. I'll do corings with them in the 4th quarter, or whether I'm just going to continue doing another 90-day fast track. So Jasmine and I are going to talk about that and see what the plan is. But either way, we can still do a 90-day fast track in the 4th quarter. Okay. And then I'll agree to core and help people along the way and guide them through it. Okay. All right, so that's the non-answer to your question. I know that didn't give you an answer when the next date was, but I just wanted to share with you what my thinking was, why I have not arrived at a decision yet. Okay.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Well, first of all, before I get off, I just want to congratulate everybody. Congratulate everybody, all of you. Let me tell you, whether you realize it or not, you succeeded just by starting and being here at the end. Okay. Just like I tell people, even if you submit all zeros, what's important is each week you submitted a report. Because that in and of itself is discipline. It's showing that you can consistently do something. Granted, we didn't get a lot of activities done, but the key is hanging with it, staying with it, you know. And guess what? The next 90-day fast track, you'll get some results because you'll do more, and then you'll do more, and you'll get more results, and then you'll do more. And if your team is doing more, okay, just imagine everybody's going to achieve far greater results. Okay, so with that, I'm going to let everybody enjoy their evening. I'm going to get back in the car, go up see my father, and I'm sure I'll be talking to many of you sooner. Make sure you get your tickets for our upcoming convention. Okay, make sure you're plugged in. Again, those of you on the team that have the ticket, and you're gonna make sure you're booking a meeting scheduling a meeting after the meeting, even if it's for 30 minutes, just to kind of share with what you picked up during, whatever session it may be. Okay, but have something, a reason to come back. Remember, it's follow-up, isn't it? Follow-up in the ABC pattern of building depth, because we want the right things duplicated. Okay, everybody have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Recording stopped.
Night.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good night.